Good morning, everyone from Kyoto, Japan. I finally got a good amount of sleep last night, at least 8 hours. The last couple of days have been pretty awful. Not that I have jet lag, but the fact that we have been going and going and going, and I think my body was finally just like, Jerome, get some sleep. So here we are. It's about 7:30 a.m. currently. I'm so glad that we got a upgraded room. That was very unexpected. We have a much bigger room than we were supposed to get. It actually worked out pretty well because I do have a meeting with a client tomorrow or in 2 days at 11 a.m., which is actually 2 a.m. the next day here in Japan. So having this extra space that's kind of more work looking for the most part. I know I'm not supposed to be working while I'm on vacation, but there are some meetings that I cannot miss. Things have been pretty good here. So much of it has been exciting and amazing and beautiful, but it's also been a lot of a blur. We're going from place to place to place. But now that we've been doing this, or I've been doing this, or all of us have been doing this for the last couple of days, we're starting to get really familiar with what platform to be on, what train to jump on, how the Suica card works. But the public transit here is, I haven't seen anything else like it. But this is coming from an American who's only really spent time in the States and hasn't used public transit anywhere else. But Japan's it's top notch. Some advice for anybody who plans to ever come out here. I would really recommend learning some basic Japanese. I wish I had known some basic phrases, some common things to say when you get here. I've now been saying more of these common phrases, but the next time I come back here, I would like to actually learn some real Japanese so I could understand things a lot better and not feel like an idiot when I'm out here. But that's my mistake, and we learn from things, which is a great segue to talk about where I'm at currently on my fasting journey. Things have been where I thought they would be by now, where I am kind of eating, I don't want to say out of control. There is still mindful thinking with what I'm doing, but I know that I'm grabbing some of the more processed stuff, especially after we eat dinner, and I want to just go to 7-Eleven and get something that's sweet or carby. At the same time, I really miss eating a ton of vegetables. I miss my Brussels sprouts and Italian sausage. I miss my carrots. I miss my cherry tomatoes. I miss eating eggs and rice. Sure, I'm eating a decent amount, and I feel like for the most part, healthy-ish foods, but I know I'm not getting enough protein in. I know I'm not getting enough dietary fiber in, and I feel like my body is craving those things, which is so different from how things used to be for me. As far as weight-wise goes, again, I am not surprised. The weight is gonna go up. It's gonna be a thing. I read comments. I read comments yesterday that I was replying to, and I know there are people saying, you're probably not gonna gain weight. You're gonna be doing a lot of walking. The food is really healthy there, and yes, I agree to these things, but at the same time, the volume of food I eat, the control I have when it comes to eating is still very difficult for me. So I know eventually the weight will continue to creep up, which is what it's doing right now. We're still here for another few days. I don't know what that number is going to end up at, but I'm trying to tell myself to not feel so bad about it because I'm on vacation. I don't have the normal routine that I have. We're going from place to place. I don't have a lot of control when it comes to breakfast, lunch, or dinner. But at the same time, I'm giving myself grace and saying, this is okay. Have a good time. Enjoy yourself. You don't have to go to the gym today. You don't have to walk X amount of miles, although we've been doing a lot of walking. You don't have to eat the cleanest because you're on vacation. It's going to be fine. And I know it's going to be fine. And I think that's, for me, instead of just feeling completely guilty or feeling like, fuck it, I don't want to deal with anything today, so I'm just going to eat whatever and enjoy whatever. And I know there are glimpses of that in me when I am going day to day today, but it doesn't feel as out of control as it used to be back in the past. And that is huge for me. And when I say back in the past, I'm just talking a little over a year ago versus where I'm at today. And that is That's a mental mind shift. That's a mindset that has changed over this short amount of time. But I believe it's because I continue to keep pushing that in my head, reminding myself that it's gonna be okay, reminding myself to give myself grace, reminding myself that it's mostly water weight. It's going to drop off once you get back on your routine. And that's all I have with where I'm at currently. I think we have the next couple days to really explore Kyoto, and it'll give me a chance to explore, see what things are about, see what life is like out here. It's a trip of a lifetime for me, and I've been wanting to do this since 2019. The only reason I didn't get to go back then was because of COVID in 2020 when we were planning in 2019. Here we are 5 years later, 4 years later, and it's still as amazing as I thought it would be. Japan done, and it's that time of the night where it's time for dessert. This probably isn't surprising at this point, but the one thing that is a little surprising is to see the weight not really go crazy. Sure, I'm up in weight, but it isn't like, it's not where I thought it would be. I know there are a lot of people in the comments who are talking about all the walking and the food isn't as bad, and you know what, probably right compared to what it's like in the States, or the fact that I'm just out with other people and I'm not eating at the same volume I typically do. Although you probably saw what dinner looked like for me, and that I left unedited, or at least what I ate, so that you would understand what a typical dinner looks like. I even held back a little bit because I didn't want to keep people waiting for too long. Tonight though, I have 2 protein bars. I've had this one before. I actually like the vanilla version of this. They didn't have it at I went to a Family Mart instead of a 7-Eleven. So I got this protein bar. This is a vanilla one. I don't know what it tastes like. And I got a repeat of yesterday, which is a red bean dessert. So as I eat this and I talk to all of you, I thought we were just spending the day in Kyoto, but we actually went out to Nara to see the deer and feed the deer. Well, I didn't feed the deer, but I have never seen deer just around people my entire life. Usually in Illinois, in the suburbs, not in Chicago, where there are deer in the forest preserves, deer go nowhere close to you. Completely different here. All right, let's give this a shot. This kind of looks like a Rice Krispie treat in a way. Oh, okay. It's nowhere near as chewy as a Rice Krispie treat. It is a bit hard, but it is very similar to the other one I ate. and it's not bad. I kind of like it in terms of a sweet treat for at least a protein bar. And let's get one thing straight. I could have eaten a candy bar, I could have ordered ice cream, I could have gotten something crazy, but instead I'm eating a protein bar. I think for me, that speaks volumes. We did see quite a bit today. One of the things that really amazes me though are the alleys here in Japan. The fact that the alleys are so clean for one, but also that the alleys in the States, alleys are dirty. They smell. It's where all the trash is thrown out. But here, these alleys are narrow. Some of them people drive up and down the street, but they are clean and they are literally filled with shops and restaurants. The one we went to today was restaurants from pretty much beginning to end. It's like Japan has decided to use every inch of space efficiently, optimally. I don't know. It's just amazing. Pretty good. The chocolate version, but I actually prefer the vanilla one. If you've had these before, most people don't like protein bars, and I understand that. I like pretty much anything sweet, even if it isn't the sweetest or maybe the most tasting or the best tasting, but this is a good substitute for me because again, it could have been 3 of these instead. I'm gonna eat this one on my own, have some me time. I just wanted to give you another update for the day of where I'm at, how I'm feeling. Feeling pretty good. Really enjoying my vacation and looking forward to another day here in Japan. I'll see you soon. Good morning, everyone from Kyoto. Today is December 3rd here in Japan. So today, officially in Japan, it's my birthday. It's my 44th birthday. Mid-40s. Here we go. It's an age where I can actually say that it is the healthiest and happiest I have ever been, which is amazing to me, which is remarkable to me because I thought for the longest time I was always going to be in this place where I would never be able to lose this weight. I would never be able to reverse my health. I never really thought there would be a day where, in a lot of ways, feel like I have control over my eating disorder, have control over my health. And it's a good feeling. It's a really good feeling. I'm very grateful. I'm very thankful for everything that I have to be where I'm at today, to be in a place where I thought I would never be. And I'm not talking about Japan, even though I am talking about Japan, but when I talk about being in a place, I'm talking about my health and my happiness. It really is remarkable to be where I'm at today because I thought it would never be possible. It really goes without saying that it's never too late to work on yourself. It's never too late to find health and happiness where you can, when you can. I'm very thankful for having gone through everything I've gone through. For all the times I asked myself, why me? Why am I in this place? What did I do to deserve this? The only regret that I have is I wish I knew about this sooner. And when I say it, I'm talking about fasting. I wish I had found prolonged fasts sooner, but no regrets. I know that I continue to help people. I know that I continue to get people out of this place where they have probably been, where I am in that mindset, in that capacity, and knowing that I'm able to help and get people past where they probably were before and realize that life can go on, that life is possible without being addicted to food or having food control their entire lives. is very freeing. With that being said, I need to start moving. We have a very busy day today, and while currently food is a big priority with everything that's going on here, I also know that it isn't controlling this entire vacation. And again, that is something that I would have never in a million years thought would have been possible. So to another 44 years, knock on wood. Just one last thing. I want to share, and I know many of you have probably heard me say this before, but the last couple years for me have been very, very rough, very difficult. I've lost a lot of people in my life when it comes to relationships, family even, because of my eating disorder, because of my actions that happened during the time I was depressed and didn't want to talk to anyone, and I lost a lot of people that way. And that is another regret, is wishing that I had done more, but the control that my eating disorder had really just, it took a toll. Interestingly enough, life goes on. I try to make my peace, and with the people that I talk to, the people in the comments, the people that I've coached, the friendships that I've made, it really feels like I found new friends and new community and new family that I also didn't expect. It made me realize how important it is to really care for the people that care for you. I know it sounds very cliche, or it's like, of course, Jerome, but these are things that you don't think about when food has such a big control over you. So I say this because I say thank you for being here and riding this out with me. I know that I've been able to help a lot of people, but it's because of social media and sharing this with you that you're helping me as well. So I hope you know that. Okay, I'm out of here.